Are you guys ready?
Sure. Who's Javelin? You're streaming, right?
Okay, awesome.
Right. Good morning, sirs. We are from ID10T, and we will be presenting our weekly update. Next slide, Javelin. Yeah. So this is the progress on design, art, and tech. Yeah. So we will move on to the first person first, which would be Jude, as our lead design. Go ahead, Jude.
Jude, you muted.
Okay, sorry. What's happened? Okay, good morning, sir. My name is Jude. My name is Jude Robertson. So for what I did last week, I complete level 4 puzzle,
Mm,
and I also complete level 5 4 layout.
mm.
So for next week, I will complete the level 5 puzzle, and next I will present for Megat since it's not well.
Okay.
So as for Megat, he introduced the based layout system. It helps for tech and designers all for a clear where how long the sleepwalker is going, and here, and also like the skill of the prop skill, like the chair, how scaling the chair, how big the bit is,
Mm.
and he also create guides for the art like moonboards and references. And for next week, he will focus on proof of concept building. So I'll pass on next to Firdaus.
Okay. Uh, Hello, my name is Fidaus. So for this week, I creating the UI layout for the main menu and the level selection as well. Okay, as the picture edition, the main menu UI and then the level selection UI. And then for the next week, I will creating more UI like setting for the game, and then I will improvise the UI as well to make it more beautiful and nice. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Alright, since Vincent, I think he's also not feeling well, so I'll be presenting on his behalf. So for Vincent, he what he did the past week is he did the animations for three of the character models. So each character has their own animation. So for he made the wake ups. This one is the wake up. This one is the sleep, and this one is the walk. Same with the bottom one here. This one. I think is just the walking one, and this is the like sleeping bag texture. And he said he's focusing more on animation, and so that's why the texture is not much from for his character, and he'll be focusing on that on the next week. So I'll be passing out to the next person, Ray Ray first.
Pressing. Okay. Oh wait. Is it? Uh, Hello, my name is Origin. For this week, I have done the texture for the table, sofa, the chair, the fridge, and the counter, and the TV. And I also had modeled the table and the chair. For next week, I will do the speaker. I will finish all the other texture and also start working on level 2, which is the speaker and the piano. That's all.
All right. My name is Junin. I'll be presenting for my part. For the past week, I've been retexturing the bed, which is I give it like some shading depending on the based on our light source plan, and yeah, I give some textures as well as their shading to the current props that we have. And I also did some tinkering with the Unity lighting with the help of our tech lead. So this one is the original prop in 3ds Max as the flat color. So this one has the shading, and this one is just like whole flat color, just like which was like last week's stuff. So when I put it in, when I export, when tech helped me to import it to the Unity, I don't know why the color changed from like yellow to brown. We're still figuring this problem out. This one is like, I think the light was on, totally on. So this one is during the night time. These two are the nighttime lighting scenario, while this one has the like, this one is ideally there's this light is supposed to be on, but it's not ideal to our like our direction lah. This one's supposed to be brighter instead lah. So for the next week, I'll be like focusing just to finish up the rest of the level one props and texture, and hopefully we can finish up. Hopefully at least uh do the Unity lighting and rendering, make it look better lah in the Unity. And that is all from me. I'll be passing on to Tex.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Amshah, and for this week I have been fixing the lighting for level one, and I hope that this will reach the satisfactory results. And I've also been fixing the light switches because we ran into some problems where it will not only one light could be turned on and the rest could not be turned on. It means that all the lights are connected to one main switch. So I have to fix the light switching problem. And I've also implemented the random spawn of the key into our scene right now. So for next week, I will have to finish up all the unfinished tasks that I have accumulated for this week. I'll pass it on to the next person.
Hi, my name is Brian. What I've done is the hold button function. So if you can see the GIF up there, you can hold it and it will turn according to the timer, and then it will change according to what is coded there, as well as the snap to grid. So now items can be placed at specific grids instead of just freely moving around. What I'll do next week would be improving the snap to grid, because I'm still trying to figure out how to bring the objects closer to the player rather than just constantly being pushed to the back. And also some gravity problems as well. And also I will also do the inventory UI system. That will be on, it will be a UI on the screen where the players will be able to pick up items, put them into the inventory, and then from the inventory, click them back into the scene to use. That's it. I will pass it on to the next person.
All right. Jonathan here. So compared to last week, we changed back to the top-down camera, and then this time for the top-down camera, we implemented the buttons into the screen, where it allows us to control the camera movement, and the button are able for us to press when we want to press left, or we press the swap left button, then the camera will swap to different angle, swap to the left angle. I swap to the left angle that is on left hand side, which is clockwise. When we press the swipe right, and then you swap to the other angle as well, and this time it will be counterclockwise. And then the button also allow us to swap between levels from level 1 to level 2. You can see on the GIF there, the white color is actually level 1, and the red color is actually level 2. And then we also implemented the camera panning as requested by design. And for this panning, we are not allowed to pan while the angle is swapping. So in order to do this, we actually implemented in the code there. I put the in transitioning tracker, and this transition tracker it only um this in transition thingy is actually tracking based on the position and the current position and also the destination position. But then this time, this thing it only track while the anchor is being swept. And then next week, what we will be doing is put all the mouse control into touch control, and then also implementing boundary for panning, and we might need to implement another things that it can store the value for the boundary, because this one still need to discuss among with design team, uh because there might be a chance where design want the boundary for panning of for each angle will be different. So if that's is that the case, then for next week there will be another thing where I need to find a way to store the value for next week. And that's about it. And I'll pass it to the next one.
Right,
Hello.
oh,
Oh,
okay. You're going
yeah.
for it? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I
Go
think
ahead.
you know better than me. Don't go on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Hello. Since Muhammad Jeffrey is absent, I will be presenting for on his behalf. So Jeffrey has managed to implement the nav mesh and all that. However, we ran into an issue where the issue is that since all the lights are connected to one switch, it caused the sleepwalker's movements to be very. It caused the sleepwalker to get confused and goes to the wrong location. So we will be fixing that for next week. And for next week, Jeffrey will also be working on the UI for the menu and etc. So, yep. Thank you very much. That is all from us.
Okay, cool. Let's go to the design slides. All right. Last week I say you guys need to start doing the blockouts for your levels, and actually implementing your levels. I don't see anything done on that. Hello.
Yes, got a few problems just like the tech part also. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
couldn't make it.
okay. Because next week you are supposed to show your prototype already of every
Ah,
have at least one level sort of like working lah. Okay,
that's,
so that we can get our. So I don't see anywhere in your coming week schedule of people getting that ready actually throughout your whole team. Who is getting that ready actually?
I'm pretty sure it's Cat, but because he's absent, so I can't say much lah. So,
Okay, so he is the one going to be in charge of making sure your prototype and your first milestone is complete lah.
He will
Uh,
be the one to compile
uh,
everything
uh,
actually.
Excuse me, sir.
He'll be sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry to interrupt, but Ken has actually compiled the thing, the
Okay,
level one already.
all right.
But we found we found out that the light issue was a big problem, so we had
I
to.
see.
Yeah, we cannot show it to you right now, I'm afraid. So
Oh no,
so
you don't have to
sorry.
show it to me. You don't have to show it to me. It's just like during your presentation just now, no one mentioned anything about getting it ready. So that's why I'm
Uh,
asking. Yeah, I'm just asking who is in charge. Yeah,
all right. Sorry.
yeah. All
My
right.
bad
Cool.
for not clarifying.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Okay, so you guys are in line to getting the prototype you first milestone ready lah for next week. Okay. All right. Cool. So okay, this is level 5, level 4, and level 5 puzzle layout. Okay. Next. Is this your tile-based layout system? Is this a redesign of what it used to be, or change of what it used to be?
Uh, it's a change.
It's a change.
Yeah.
So previously you were not using a tile-based layout system.
Yeah, no,
So
no.
okay. So what's the reason for this change actually?
One of the main reason is stealing. We always find out like, okay, sometimes that thing is a bit too big, sometimes that
Mm,
thing a bit too small. So we can use the tile system to know what scale the bit is like. Okay, this scale the
mm.
let four tile, three tile like that.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah. Okay, okay, cool. Do keep in mind that the tile system doesn't translate to real life very easily. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah. So you might need a bit more space in between your tiles.
yes, sir.
So instead of one big tile for one person to sit in, you say, like for example, the example you gave here, right? The image on the right, you put the one tile is equal to one person, correct?
Okay.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah, that is not a very good system. Visually it's nice, but when you are building something, you want smaller tiles. So maybe four tiles is one person. Do you make sense? Does that make
Yes,
sense? Yeah.
yes.
So create smaller tiles for the placement so that you can have a bit more accuracy when you place.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just to let you know. Otherwise, you will have very odd placement visuals when you start creating your level when you use a tile system.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Good.
Okay, sir.
So make one person to be equivalent to 2 by 2 tiles instead of 1 by 1 tile. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So make smaller tiles. All right. Cool. Next. All right. So mostly UI layout. Awesome. Cool. Thank you very much. I think good progress, but okay lah. If you guys are still doing the layout, the build up for the prototype, the level, then just continue on ahead. Yeah. All
Okay,
right.
sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Um, walking, sleep. Sorry, wake up, sleep, walk. The left two animation is show last week is same as the last week one, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, you mean this one?
The left, sorry, the right one.
Right one, this one.
Yeah, yeah. I remember four of them is same and like last week animation. Is it correct?
It's the same, but he like put the like I think it's a subtle like edit lah to the legs, I guess.
Okay, okay, okay.
It's not totally stiff lah.
Okay, okay. Mm, I would say overall in my just walking animation is I feel like a bit weird for the girls one. As you can see, it's like a zombie like that. So I would say if can try to standardize lah. Okay. If you're following the right one, the guy one, still okay. But the girl, I feel like a bit weird. I'm not sure why. Okay.
Sorry, it's like standardized lah. It's like using the same
Because
style
you
or
if you're using the same style, I think it's fine lah. Okay, because it is walking then not much those like unique animations. Yeah, since now the green shirt guy, the walking animation is okay. Maybe you can take it as a benchmark, a reference. Then other than that, you following it lah. Okay.
use the green shirt as the benchmark, right?
Yeah. The walking. Okay. The girl, the left side, the auntie, the walking is fine. But I personally I like the sit down animations. Okay, I think the sit down one quite nice. Um, yeah. Other than that, I think the only problem I think is the girl the yellow hair girl. Maybe you need to adjust a little bit. Okay. Next one. Um. So the sofa, chair, and counter, the texture. Let's say example the counter, the texture, the shading now is based on lighting, or you put a special shading on it, and the chair also. Like you you put the you put the color based on the direction, or now what you're showing is just lighting preview only. Which one is it? Is it?
Rere, will you answer that? Because this one is done by the other.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
I waiting for her answer.
Can you repeat? I was away.
Hello?
Can you repeat? I was away.
Hmm. Okay, so based on the counter, the sofa, all you texture already, right?
Yes.
Okay, the texture is flat, or you based on the direction to put in different shading, different
Yes.
color.
Based on the direction, different shading color.
Okay, can good. If you if like this, what I can see is if all of here is with texture, okay, that means the counter and the table, which is good. Okay, because based on the shading, the color, I can see uh uh if the polygon surface is facing top, it having some slightly highlight, yes, which is good. But the sofa and the TV table, I think the lighting information is wrong already. The highlight it doesn't come from top.
Mm.
Okay, please standardize it and follow what you said. Okay, because let's say example the sofa, the lighting is come from left.
Yes.
The TV also is come from left. The lighting, the light source. Okay, don't do that. If you want to use this technique, you need to standardize. And next time, if can, please review it inside Unity.
Yes.
Okay, very fast import and very simple only. Because put inside Unity, you can straight away look at the final result already. No need to wait others to help you to import. You are artist. You're supposed to know how to import.
Mm.
Okay, next.
Okay.
Okay. Junlin, overall good job. Okay. Um, based on the texture, the new texture, I would say it's look nice. Okay. And based on the three type of lighting on top, okay, I think the lighting haven't been fully set up yet, but
Yeah, it's not ideal.
yeah, but at least I can see, even though without a very good lighting, you still can using the way you're doing the texture to come out with giving a better light information, which is the shading from different angle lah. Okay, I would say pretty good job. Okay, so next week I would like to see more, and yeah, if can just import into Unity and form a room and see how was the result if everything is assembled inside. Okay,
Okay, so
okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
hmm. Thank you, sir.
Okay, lights. I'm not really sure what you mean by uh, the multiple light switch. Is just the logic problem, is it?
Yeah, it's a logic problem. So
Okay,
all the lights are like connected to one switch. So if one turns on, then all of the lights turn on. So
I see.
yeah,
Okay, I don't have much feedback on this. I just want to see like the I have same feedback like Mr. Michael, like because your tasks are all loosely and not joined together. When is the integration happening? So you are the tech lead, not Jeffrey is the tech lead. So you are supposed to make sure that this is happening. So yeah, please make sure that you have it lah. Next one. Uh, okay, this is I see more improvement on the grip system. So decent progress I think, but yeah, again you need to test it in the whole level environment. Um, are you sure the grid you want to do it in this angle? If like is it intended to be this angle, or it should be a different angle? So this is something that you need to test it out lah afterwards. Um, but yeah, okay, this okay progress this one.
I was thinking maybe with the camera, right, when we can swap left and right, then the
It
drag
should
and drop.
map to the floor, right? This one, the grid system on, because from what you did, it is towards the player, but from what is it Mergat's is it Mergat's one? The designer slide, right? It's like a snap grid system uh on the floor. So if you want to implement this, you want to try on that angle
So
instead
really
of like
snap to
yeah.
the floor, not in the air
Yeah,
lah.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Because you are, I suppose you are snapping on transform, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
want to see how you want to snap on the floor grid. How do you calculate the grid system? I
Okay.
mean, it's not big change, but you want to make sure that it previews correctly lah. Especially with the camera, along with the camera combined, because I feel like these are like very disjointed on both sides. Which leads to Jonathan's one, right? This is you managed to fix the local position one, is it? Or this is still the same one?
I actually managed to solve that, but
Oh, okay,
then for this one I didn't
okay.
do
That's
it.
good. I mean, like, yeah, the decent progress. Just make sure that you actually have the rest integrated lah. Overall, that's my feedback. This is a good progress.
Okay, thank you.
Next one, the last one. Jeffrey's yeah, I will say for Amsha and Jeffrey, right, your slide don't put very vague things like finish previous task, finish unfinished task. These are like very vague things that not everyone will know what is your previous task, what is your unfinished task. So make sure that write it specifically like what is that unfinished task. Okay. Uh Multiple, okay. I mean, this is okay progression, but it's already week 5, and then still nav mesh. It feels a bit slow lah, so I'll expect more integration. Yep, that's all my feedback.
Thank you, thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Right. So, right. Next team. Are you guys ready? Now, creators.
So can I start?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sam from Now Creators, and here's our weekly update. So for the team update, designers have been working on UI concept and refining mechanics. We have a new mode called Gallery System. It's This is where the players get to see and learn about the enemy types and the parts that we use in game. The artists have been doing the character model, texturing, and also gun modeling. And tech implement new mechanics and improve the existing mechanics, and also been preparing to compile everything for next week's pitch. Okay, me as a designer, I've been working on the UI concepts and layout. So the first one I worked on was the gameplay UI. So as you can see, the biggest pic on the slide. Top left, that's the criteria and enemy type. Beside that, there's the enemy AI progress and pause. On the right, there's the selected core. So you just drag and put it on whatever parts you want to enhance. Um, you also need to hold down on the parts that you want to dismantle. So there'll be like a circle, and you need to wait for the circle to completely disappear. Then you can dismantle it. At the bottom, there's a gun component tab. So you pull the tab up, swipe through for the parts, and you drag and drop the parts that you want. Also did pause, QTE, and gallery UI. So that's at the bottom of the slide. And also did course selection UI, which is on the left. So there's the four cores that we can select. There's also the enemy at the bottom. There's the enemy type, description, and also the criteria. For next week, I'll be doing the main menu UI and start on the sound effects.
Hi, I'm Chipin. For this week, what I've done is I've done the core and ability balancing and the refined criteria. Because last week, after discussion, we found out there's some conflict with the criteria and then the cores with the enemy's weakness. And then I'm also started to doing the enemy law for the journal entry. And then for this week, next week I will be doing the level selection stage flow and UI. Then and also I will also be finishing the enemy law and story.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and what I've done for the past week was finishing up the model and trying out some different way of texturing. And on the left is the one in 3ds, and on the right is the one in Unity. And for next week, I'll be refining this model, and I'll probably start on a second one.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. My name is Minglon. So yeah, for this week, I complete modeling for new new gun already lah. So for next week, yeah, so we'll continue modeling new gun, and then
That's all
we'll
right.
try some. Hmm? We'll try some texture in the previous gun. That's all.
Alright, so hello everyone, my name is Shayo, and for this week I improved the attachment mechanic flows and also did some bug fixes. So the first thing I improved is the attaching part. So after you attach the parts, the the main body won't move straight away, so you feel much better for attaching. So another thing I added is the offset. So right now you can see it's at the right GIF is dragging on the parts correctly now. And also did some fix the same parts like two barrels is attached. Then if the slot is already occupied, it won't attach again. So you can't attach the same compartment when it's occupied. And also some bug fix for the parts will fall out of the table. Next, I did some refining for the detaching mechanics. So right now it's got the bolt timer UI. So when the timer finish, you can detach it and also move it, step back in. And also the outline for the selecting part. So for next week, I will be doing the gun compartment mechanics, and also I will be in charge of compiling the game prototype for the for concept. Okay, I will move on to the next person.
Okay. So hi, I'm Junjie. So for this week, what I've done is I've set out the basic assembly animations for the gun based on the enemy's progress, and I've also refined the enemy AI. So right now, when there's an error, the enemy will not progressing. Because last week it was something else that I've changed it to like that, and I've also like optimized the enemy AI script. So like every level is the percentage are accessible lah. Yep. And for next week, I will and add more animations during the idle phase, because right now, as is for now, the when the enemy is on idle phase, there's no animation or something. It'll be a bit less interesting. So I would like to add more animations for that, and I will also like help with compiling for next week's prototype.
Hi, my name is Izzy, and for this week, I have worked on the gallery system for so it will show the player each gun part its descriptions, and also you can show the enemies descriptions as well. So the main thing is to you can view the image more personally with it when you doing in gameplay rather than in gallery. And I've also tweaked the criteria because the designers changed how the criteria works a bit. And for next week, I will continue on the gallery mechanics. Also help compile the game prototype for next week. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, hi, I'm Jane. Uh, for this week, I've done improvement and new implementation for the first person control. I've added gravity to the level selection scene and add a jumping mechanic for the player. A joystick is also added, and it will only spawn when the player touch the screen on the left side of the screen. And when the player is not touching the screen, the joystick will disappear so that it's not taking up space on the screen. And I've also fixed the camera bug with the help of other programmers. There was a bug where the joystick was not able to show properly on the screen, and it will sometimes go inside the ground. Uh, we managed to fix that this week, and also I helped test character immunity from our artist Ryan. Uh, for next week, I will further improve our level selection scene and help compile the game prototype for next week. Uh, on how I should improve the level selection scene, I'll add interactable fuse box so that the player will can can go to the options menu when interacting with the fuse box, and also add more NPC. I also put a UI button for easier access for certain menus. That's it from our team. Thank you for listening.
Yep.
Okay. Is that all?
Yep. That's the end of
All right. Okay.
Sites.
Can we go to the design slides? Okay. So mostly UI lah. You're working on the UI. All right. Okay. One thing I want to ask, for your QuickTime eventing, is there only one sweet spot, or is it possible to have multiple sweet spots? You know,
Uh,
for the
right.
thing that is going around to land on.
Is it the green one, sir? Is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
the green spot. Can there be multiple green spots?
For now, it's just one green spot, and the size is different based on the depends on what core we're using.
Yep, yep. Okay. So I don't know. This is something to think about. It's just because sometimes I personally find QuickTime events to be quite boring lah. Okay. So one way you guys might be able to make it more interesting and also give you more variation in terms of control in using the stats for your game, is that some components might have more than one spots to make it easier so that people don't have to wait so long for the red line to come back to the export. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when it needs to go around the circle, it takes quite some time sometimes. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it is moving slow or something like that. So having multiple sweet spots adds a dimension to the gameplay, because the player can choose to either wait until you come back one circle, or he can, if he is rushing for time, he can try to hit the other green spots instead of waiting for that one green spot. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. And gameplay wise, as a strategy, some of these green spots can be this additional green spot, you can call them secondary or tertiary green spots, can have different sizes. Some might be lower, some might be larger. So the player gets actually a choice of strategy. Maybe some will be larger area, but you have to wait longer for it to reach. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Some may be smaller. So because the player is racing for time, so this gives him a strategic choice and additional element to gameplay that might make the game more interesting. So this is something you guys can think of about. Does that make sense? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't have to put it in. You guys think about it and then see whether it's a good idea or not. All right.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next, core and ability balancing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good progress. Okay. Next. Oh, okay. That's all. All right. That's all from design. Thank you very much, guys.
Hey, Ryan. I would say the character modeling itself now is look nice. Okay, at least I can see the style you try to achieve on. Okay, um, let's say example the chest part, everything you want to having those low poly polygon style. Okay, I would say this kind of polygon amount is good enough. It's quite good. Of course, for current the character model, I would say, if you compare to the Sekiro one, yes, definitely your ones is a bit too blank, nothing to see. The detail too less already. I would suggest you quickly to add out some detail on top to decorate. Then you can start on the second model lah. But if you use the body ratio, the modeling style, everything, I think can as your benchmark for your second character to achieve lah.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
good.
you.
Next. Okay. Minong. I like the way you do your presentation as usual. And also by this presentation, easy for me to straight away giving feedback on the model itself. I would say overall it's very good. Okay, the modeling side. Um, I think you can continue. If you want to test out some texture, if I'm not mistaken, last week you mentioned you want to add in some normal map inside, right? Hello.
Yeah, 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 yes.
Okay, can. So I think you can proceed, and
Okay.
until you if you have I think if this week if you already having some normal map on top, then next week you show me.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, I think overall very steady progress for the team. Uh, yeah, the attachment I don't have much feedback. Looks okay from the looks of it, so I can try to get more feedback when I actually test it lah. But yeah, as usual, this one is a good progress. Can I go to look next for next one? Set basic assemble. Yes, this is also okay. With the animation. So that means that the AI will actually play out the animation, is it, while they assemble?
Yeah, I will trigger the animation based on the progress it has.
Ah, okay. Okay, this
Yeah.
is good. This is good. Um, the next one.
Mhm.
Actually, I have one feedback for the next. And yeah, for gallery, right? This is just some, I would say artistic choice. There's too nice to have. Will be good. Is that for guns, right? Maybe you can design a way that it will disassemble and reassemble in the gallery. As for the characters gallery, right, I think you shouldn't do like a fully sphere kind of rotation. You should be just straight up, and then you can rotate the character 360 only, like a turntable. So instead of like doing the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because like it's a character, not a prop. Then it feels unnatural that you move the whole thing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mm,
One question about the guns. Is it mm, better that it's like I because I'm copying Valorant's view system where it's like you cannot see the back is only tilted maximum to 90 degrees.
you cannot see the back, as in guns.
Yeah, 'cause it's I stop it at 90 degrees.
I think you should let the gun to be able to fully viewable at every angle lah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then your player should limit it.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Joystick. Oh, okay, so it's more about visual stuff. The progress was kind of okay, but not a lot lah. I feel like this is like a very standard, uh, just
Yeah,
improvement over the last week
because I
lah.
encountered a bug where the camera won't see the
Ah, I see.
joystick. Yeah,
Okay.
I was figuring that out for like a
Okay.
few days.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, like this progress is a bit slow, but yeah, glad you
Mm.
fixed the bug. So yeah, overall it's okay. So think it's when you want to integrate into the main game that would be the most important one for POC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Decent progress, everyone.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And finally, team, are you stop feeding?
Can you see my screen, sir?
Yes.
I'll start then.
Yep.
Alright. Hi everyone. I'm Tianjun. I'm the lead designer for Stop Feeding Studios, and I'll be presenting our group update slide in addition to my own slide. So for our group update slide, design-wise, we are starting on preparations for the POC presentation, both the pitch and the slides, as well as we are this week we are trying to get some feedback and evaluate the results from the playable demo last week, which is what is going to become the POC build essentially. So we're also starting to finalize the progression of the game, how the player is going to be approach the difficulty and difficulty loop, not difficulty loop, sorry, the gameplay loop, as well as the scope of the game. For art, they've started finalizing the art direction as well as the production pipeline, and they've started work on the environment animations for the game. They've also started to evaluate the required animations for each model in regards to the combat and whatnot. Lastly, for the tech, they're beginning on preparations for the POC build, as well as detailed work on the behavior and AI of the nanobots and the viruses. So they're also starting work on additional gameplay elements like stealth and combat buffs, which we will see later, as well as we are preparing to import all the art assets into the game. So for myself, what I've been doing this week, the past week, is that I've been refining and conceptualizing the stats, roles, and functions for the vice towers, which are the essentially the towers that spawn the viruses up, as well as a new thing which are spells. So they're like combat spells that the player can use to gain an advantage in the battle. Much like what you see in a lot of tower defense games and Clash Royale, they also have that uh, thing where you use resources to not spawn a unit but to deal some kind of effect to the enemy. I've also done the same thing for some simple structures like walls and buildings, as well as perks which are going to be used in the intermission screen. The link to the document, the full document is here. I also done updated UI for the perks and upgrade screen or the intermission between levels now. So for upcoming this week, I'll be doing the levels for the POC build, and as well as improving the gameplay of the playable demo, which is also going to be the POC build. Yep. And that's it for me.
Right. Thanks, Max. Okay, so hi, I'm Chen Sheng. So what I've done this week is that as usual, I've been continuously refining and tweaking the nanobots and viruses based on whatever change concept we have. I've also come up with my own rendition of the spells and perks. So when the time comes, then I'll compare it with Max's one, then we'll discuss which one to keep. Obviously, we combine the others. And I've also been overall managing the GDD, updating stuff, changing stuff as needed. Right. So for next week, me and Max and I will be testing and improving the game based on our playable demo or the POC build. And then I'll also be working with him to see whatever we need to settle for the POC. Then we'll get it there. Yep, and I think that's all for me.
Hi everyone, I'm Alec. For the last week, I have done enemy cell towers spawning units. So they now spawn like 3 units at a time, in an interval of like, for now it's like 15 seconds, but that's probably way too long. Depending on the balancing, we'll retweak that. But yeah, the enemy spawns. I mean, the enemy cells or towers, you can say, spawns units now, and cells can also be destroyed. So whenever the friendly unit kills all the bots, all the units, they will go to the tower, destroy the tower next. And I also recompiled most of our work together, like what most of us did, and put it all in one. Uh, I would say playable demo. Yeah, you can play the video, Max. So yeah, basically like you this one works on mobile also, so you can just tap on the blue box and blue hexes and to spawn, and you can see they will go destroy the enemies and then destroy the towers next. Yeah. And so for next week, I will be preparing for the proof of concept, and also one of my tasks for that is to make waves of completable levels as stated in our early plan of the game. That is all from me. Thank you.
For me right now, what I did was I created the camera zoom and the panning. I fixed a bug the pan and the spawn had where if you pan you cannot spawn. And right now it's like right now you can just both mechanics are separate lah. So you can pan and then after you can spawn also. And I changed the spawning to double tapping instead of like single tapping or tap and hold, because I felt like double tapping would be easier to manage with the panning also. I also did rough code of the resource manager for like the unit costs, and also yeah, basically for the unit cost lah. And I think that's about it for me. You can play the video to show like the camera zoom and everything lah. It's a 1 minute video. You can skip a few if because some of the mechanics are old mechanics, just that I change it to make it so that it was you can zoom and everything. Forward a bit. Forward, 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 forward. Around here. So for my next week task, I'm gonna help Alif with the proof of concept level, and also finish up on the resource manager. And I think that's it for me.
Yep. So hi, I'm Kang Wei, and for last week I had done the HP and mana system for boss, nanobot, and enemy. So basically, once the mana bar have fulfilled, the nanobot damage will be increased and the visual effect is to indicate the nanobot are being buffed right now, and also the spell card mechanics, fireball, which can summon the fireball to attack the enemy. And for upcoming this week, I will prepare for POC as well as compile it. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Owen?
Uh, Hi, my name is Owen. This week I made the range bots actually shoot projectiles when they are attacking, and also import the artist stuff into the level. So yeah, for after I have all access import by Xisa and before for prototype also. Yeah.
You want me to play the video?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a little buggy right now because the fire point is like actually in the middle of the the thing. Yeah, that's all.
So hi everyone, I'm Gito. So for basically what have I done last week is working on the 3D in-game environment and also the level prototype. So as you can see on the right side, there's the side view and the top-down view for the model, and the left side is the concept, and bottom is the reference. So basically this model is for the level prototype, how the game view looks like. And for next week, I will be working on the benchmark and also input the 3D models into the Unity and experiment some Unity stuff. Yeah, and that's all for me.
Hi. So good morning. So for last week, I found some uh reference for the elements of the slot scene, which is laziness and rubies, and it is set to be a tank. And these are the reference and the outcomes, which is a skull and tank, a literal tank. Yeah. So for next week, I will get more reference of the rest of the scenes and as well as the virus, and I'll model some of them out. Yeah, so that's all from me.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, hi. So what I did this past week, I started modeling one of the two nanobots, which is humidity and patience. So humidity is the one on the left. That one's already fully done. The one on the right is patience, is a tanker, still in progress, still doing it. And then I sort of found some art style references. We want to go for something similar to like those three down there. Sort of have that metallic, robotic, futuristic, metallic texture, shiny and something like that. And then for the upcoming week, I will finish all the three nanobots, apply some of the animations necessary, and start texturing. So that's it for me.
That's the end for us.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's all. Okay, cool. Let's go to the design. Right. I think generally fine. Nothing much to comment on. All right. Good job. Okay. Next. Perks, effects, and spell first. Okay. All right. Okay. So completing most of your design work lah. Right. Yeah. How much more of base design do you all need to do before the next week actually?
Mainly it's just the levels because
Mm-hmm.
we are still working on uh what kind of, if we do want to have the procedural generation in our
Yep.
levels or not. So yeah,
Mm.
actually later during the consultation, after the presentation, we wanted to consult you on that lah.
I see. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's mainly just that lah. Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Uh, that's all right. Just to design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just two of us. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good progress. Thank you very
Right.
much, guys. Yeah. That's
Thank you,
all
sir.
from me.
Yeah.
Right. So this will be your environments.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I personally I quite like the idea. Okay. And it's look good. Okay. Um so the next challenging part it will be after you key into your Unity, how you're going to play around with
Yeah, yeah.
those effect everythings. The modeling is fine. The modeling is really good. And I do think the texture part it shouldn't be very hard. Okay. Um it just after you put into Unity how you're going to play around with the lighting and the all those neon light effect to achieve the visual like what you want. Okay. So next week you're going to import this into Unity already.
Yeah, I'm going to experiment some Unity stuff lah.
Okay, okay. Good job. I'm looking forward
Alright, thanks.
for it. Okay, next. Wait. I would say the modeling is fun. Uh, how many more virus you have, which is not just start one. How many more virus remain, which is haven't start yet one. Kawe.
Remaining should be five.
Should be how many?
Five.
5 more.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot, eh? So total is how many?
Total is 7.
Total is 7. All of them will be shown in your first level.
This one not sure.
Yeah. For now we are thinking of including at least 3 for the first level.
Okay. I will suggest you try to make that 3 and try to complete the first 3 first. Okay. Instead of like you keep doing it for the the modeling parts for all the virus. I will suggest you do the main 3 for your first level. To make sure everything is complete. Let's say number the animations, the texturing, everything. Once you complete and you make that 3 as your benchmark for the remaining 4. Okay. Because no matter how you still need to do the uh POC for your level 1 also. Okay. So just finish let's say example got 3 first level you need 3, then you just finish the first 3 then yeah. Finish up the first 3 first. Don't do others because if you keep doing it but without finish it in a complete way, I'm not sure is it we're not sure is it nice or not. And because you never try to put it in and you don't know is it fucking good or what. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Uh
Hello.
oh, yeah.
Your mic breaking already just now.
No, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
What kind of comment should I give? I I'm not really sure how you're going to model your how you're going to model your robots. Okay, because when if I just look at the first type, okay, the nanobots, it give me a feeling is you only model from the front view because everything is like you model from front view and then you just make a thickness for it because on the 45-degree there it doesn't have the do you know what can you see that for your body it's like you just model the
Yes.
front view then it's a plane then then you put the shell on it then to make it having a thickness
Yes, sir.
is it the way you're doing it
So for the body, yes, but then for the arms and legs, I modeled it from the
I would say I would say the body is it doesn't look good
mm, yeah.
because if you look at based on the bottom three reference as you can see as an example the first one the body yes maybe uh, the silhouette is something like that but you can see the armor the body shape itself is nice built and fit to the body but
Ah,
yours one is like I do it in front view then I put a shell then I'm done okay it doesn't look good so that's why I stand there and I like what is this the leg and the hand the modeling wise is okay it's just the ratio okay the hand is too short the leg the ratio got problem maybe you need to slightly adjust a little bit on it it's just the body itself I cannot accept that to be honest
okay.
okay um I would say I will maybe other two artists if can giving some feedback on it okay I believe uh you guys if you look at something which is you don't like or you feel some cause problem yeah maybe you can give some feedback please go and fix it okay
So,
the the virus the environments all is looking very good okay I don't want I don't want your artwork the quality is too far is not uh it's not matched to others
yes.
okay okay I think that's all thank you
Okay, tech. I can see the integration are okay, decent progress. Uh, yeah. I think my only question will be how do you the blue spawn points are fixed one, right? Every time you start the game, only have 2 points, or it can be.
No, it's not fixed. This is just for like just to make it work purposes. So we
I
just
see.
make it like a. For now, it just spawns at a random position. But then
Yeah,
for the actual
because
game,
I
we
just
will
feels
be.
like uh, have you tried with fingers to spawn?
Yeah,
Like,
it
will
works.
it be very small for the user, or this is okay?
We tried for like using mobile. It works.
Okay, okay.
It's okay. I tried it in mobile, so it works.
All
It
right.
feels good also.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
and then like for now, for now it's just randomized because like we just want to make it
Mm.
work. But in the future, we will make it. Probably next week or so, we're going to be making it like uh there's a timer because for the POC, so we kind of need it. So
Mm.
there's a timer before the round actually starts. So that's where you can actually pick where you want which white. It's gonna be empty, and
Ah, I see.
no,
Okay.
there's only gonna be red ones, and then you can
Interesting.
pick where you want to spawn.
Okay, okay. Yeah, good progress this one. Next slide. So, panning. Okay. Yeah, I think I know this one already. Um, zoom pan. Did you implement a rotate, or you just want to keep it one angle?
I think we want to keep it one angle for now.
Okay.
Rotate because like we discussed it, and then after we felt like rotate is nice to have lah,
I see.
but not a necessary.
Okay. Because I feel like there's no real need for a panning actually. Do you need the pan? Unless you need to do a rotate lah, where you need to zoom in to press certain things. I mean zoom maybe, but pan is kinda not. It's very visual use only. I mean, it, not a core feature lah. I just feel like.
I think you need to discuss it with the team more lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay that you have that. It will you eventually you can find a way to fit it in. It's just that I feel
Yeah.
your gameplay doesn't really need it, or if you want to use it, maybe having a zoom will the rotate will be better.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can I go to the next one? But yeah, decent progress.
Okay.
Uh. So you are doing the HP system and spawning. I see. It looks so laggy though. Is it the GIF or is it?
Yeah, because there's a gift. Actually, it should not be
Okay.
like this.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright, no problem. This is okay. Good progress. Good progress. Okay. Next one. This feels a bit very under progress. Like you just import art assets and it shoots. That I mean, like this is like very little progress that I will say. So yeah, I expect more than just this in your upcoming one.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So yep. Overall, that's what I have for the tech side. Uh, I can see the POC is like very near ready lah. So which is good. Um, for art, I'm just curious that the art are not ready to be integrated, right? Because they all look very high poly. Have the tech imported them to try it out already?
Ah, haven't.
Okay. They are not retopo or remodel. These are all sculpted one, I believe. So it's not ready for POC lah, is it?
I guess so.
Okay.
Maybe will have some ready for POC.
Alright. I mean, like it will be good that some of the characters, if it's done, yeah, you want to try to see if it's runnable or not. I mean, I feel like the art asset are quite heavy lah, from the looks of it, because you are pretty much zoom out, but the details are a lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would say if you want this kind of detail, you can try out the. You got two choice. First, of course, you can use the LD way to reduce the polygon on top. Second is you base on the outlook. You base on the silhouette, come up with a little ball, and then straight away pick the
Yeah.
detail on top.
I think LOD double the work they need to give two models also for the game.
Is it Unity having the auto LOD?
Unity don't have. You need to manually have the model.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't have an auto LOD.
You know, let me. Okay, there is a manual one, but I can't recall having an auto LOD. So it should be import as it is. I know Unreal has the auto LOD.
Unreal has. So that's why sometimes if I lazy to reduce the thing, I auto throw it inside.
I don't think Unity got. I don't think Unity got auto. It's manual one. You need to include your own model.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I rarely use that part. You. Yeah, I actually feel like doing a retopo would be better because these are all sculpted. I mean, like nice looking model, but if it's in the game, haven't test out, then you don't know how it will affect the performance.
But careful when you do retopo, it doesn't mean you need to retopple the entire model itself, because this model, the brain one, is formed by different models. When I mean retopple is you just retopple the silhouette, the outer surface on it. Okay, just following the outlook shape will do. So it maybe it's like a sphere, but you're just following the outside the shape. Okay, Geho.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Noted.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I really like the models. It's just need to do it justice to make it look like optimize it into the engine itself. Yeah. Oh, I mean, okay. That's all my feedback lah. Just that tech you probably want to try to integrate early instead of wait until later.
All right, noted. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you everybody. Okay, so now that we have finished overall, we can split up to our individual channels. All right, or individual streams. Okay, see you guys.
Yep. Let me just pause the recording first. For class is ended.